What's up, you beautiful nerds? I am Wildfire1. This is Nerds and New Sexy Entertainment, the podcast. And we want to thank you for watching and listening. With me today is
Monster 74.
And also with us,
Blade 89.
Yeah, they're both with us today. And today we're talking about something that's near and dear to my heart. Sadly, we've done this podcast once before. Our heart, I guess. But we've done this podcast once before. And I think I wasn't able to be there for the first one, for that one. And honestly, I don't feel that we gave it enough credit. So I kind of took that one down. And this is going to be the one that works. This is going to be the one that's going to work for us. And today we're talking about none other than the fucking Evil Dead franchise.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
And I remember watching the first one, you know, Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi. And, you know, I remember watching the first one when I was a little. Like, my parents would watch movies with, like, their friends. And then we'd have, like, movie nights. We'd all go to their house and just chill, or they go to our house and chill. And I remember watching it and just loving it, you know, even as a kid. It was scary. Like, the first one was supposed to be really scary. You didn't quite get the humor aspect till the second movie. But we can't talk about Evil Dead without talking about it. Maybe it's prequel. Shit, man, I didn't really know existed until about a few years ago. And it was, I can't even, I'm probably misquoting the name. It's called like Into the Woods, or Came from the Woods. Do you guys know?
Have it. Within the Woods.
Within the Woods. Thank you. So like, and that was basically the movie that Sam and Bruce made to fund the Evil Dead.
Yeah, they made it 3 years before Evil Dead.
Yeah, and it actually made some money.
1978.
Which, yeah, a year before I was born. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I don't.
Jesus, you're old.
Fuck you. I have every gray hair on my face and in my hair.
Thinking of old, you just had a birthday here recently, and we wanted to tell you happy birthday.
Oh,
even though it's a little later.
Thanks. November is my birthday month, and so thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I got a lot of love on our Discord channel. I got a lot of love on my Facebook, and it's always nice to see that. I never got to see Within the Woods, and I kind of wish I did, because I know, like I said, it was the pet project before the Evil Dead, and it's supposed to be kind of a prequel. And then the Evil Dead came out what year?
Evil Dead came out in 81.
81. I was 2 years old. I watched it. I must have watched it much after that. I had to be like, I remember watching it, I was like 7 or 8. So the Evil Dead was, I mean, it's one of the most well-known B-rate movies you'd ever watch, right? And yes. I know there's people out there that would give me shit for calling it a B-rate.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's. I know people out there will give me shit for calling it a B-rate movie, but like it is. It wasn't well funded. It wasn't Hollywood funded. They had to make the money themselves. The cabin that they filmed in, it no longer exists. There's still like a lot of controversy about why it's not there. There's rumors that Sam Raimi burned it down because it was really haunted. There's rumors that like that it did burn down. We know that much. But there's rumors that that like some kids went out there and fucked around and burned down, or even the owner of the property burned it down because of the fact that he was tired of people coming out there. Which honestly, I'd be fucking tired of it too.
Here's a little tidbit about the Within the Woods. It actually was produced on a budget of only $1,600.
No
which
shit.
Which back in the late 70s was still a lot, but that's
1,600. That's what,
$1,600, dude. Like
no, a round trip to the grocery store now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That started, and like I said, Evil Dead kind of came after it, and there's a lot of problems with making Evil Dead. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but I know they had like issues. They were filming in that old cabin. I forget where it's supposed to be located, but like somewhere above BFE, dude. Like I can't remember exactly where it's at. And I've seen YouTube videos and Facebook, or just videos in general, of people actually going there. And I guess the only thing that's standing is the fireplace that they made for it. And I guess they had to put that together for that movie. I don't know if they filmed in the same cabin for the second one. I want to say yes, but I could be wrong.
The second one is the one where he went back in time too, right?
No, the third one's where he
Army
went
of
back in
Darkness,
time.
that's the
Army of
third.
The
Darkness.
third one, okay, Army of Darkness. That's my favorite one.
Yeah. So, and we've actually we did a watch party a while back on the Evil Dead, and we only got to 2. I never got to Army of or one. Yeah, we got to 2. I never got to Army of Darkness, which is my all-time favorite movie. But okay, what do you guys remember from Evil Dead 1?
Me, I was a little on the young part. I actually watched the third one first,
That
and
makes
then
sense.
I went back and watched the other ones later on. But my first was like, oh, this is really good. This is how this happened. This is why his arm got cut off.
Yeah.
This is why he has a chainsaw.
Which, by the way, I'm super hyped because one of my next cosplays is going to be Ash Williams, and
Yeah.
I was looking everywhere online for like a chainsaw that I didn't have to fuck with prop, and now
Mhm.
Amazon sells one. That's like
What?
an Evil Dead replica.
That's
It's like $100-something, but I'm goddamn right I'm gonna get it. Fuck yeah, because I want to do a cosplay. He's my favorite Ashy Slashy's my favorite fucking like hero of all time, dude. Like you got to. So
I think he's the anti-hero.
yeah, yes and no.
So one thing I do actually remember from the first one is the tree scene.
Oh yeah.
That scene kind of fucked with me.
Well, it's not something you'd see today. Like that, and that just goes to show like how cinema was back then. And it was even then it was kind of shock. It was like a shocking moment. Like, but I think that shit like that was put in to show how evil the dead is, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
I own what 1, 2, 3, and or whatever fucking Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness, and the Ash versus Evil Dead series, all over there on my DVDs rack over there, which is fucking love that shit.
That they never fucking finished.
Well, they did finish it. They finished it in season 3.
Did they really finish it?
Yeah, they finished. They gave
Left
they
it on
gave,
a cliffhanger.
no, they basically ended it. Oh yeah, kind of, I guess, but they did end it with kind of the unused version of the ending for Army of Darkness. And I mean, let's be honest, Bruce Campbell's way too old to be doing the shit he was doing now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately,
He can't flip around anymore.
he
should have done it sooner.
He's 67. Oh my god.
He can't break
My
plates
mom's
over his
older,
head.
No, younger.
And that's another thing about Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness. Sam Raimi put Bruce Campbell through the fucking ringer, dude.
100%.
Like some of those plates in Evil Dead 2 where he's breaking over his head, when his hand gets possessed, he found out a few of those plates were real. They weren't breakaway, supposedly.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you're going to make a movie with your friends, of course you're gonna beat the shit out of them because they went to high school together. They knew each other for a long time.
Those guys were friends for the longest time. I mean, even Sam Raimi put his fucking brother through the ringer.
Yeah.
And his brother played Henrietta. I know she was in the second movie. I know, but they put him in that fat suit, and so like, fun fact about Evil Dead 2, when he was wearing that fat suit and they got him out of it, they said that like a lot of sweat was coming off of him, like they had to wring it out and pour it out of the suit.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's how bad it was for him. And Ted Raimi took it, man. Like just like Bruce Campbell, like fucking Sam Raimi put him through the ringer. I guess they had to re-record some of that stuff too. Yeah, the tree scene is probably the most iconic, I guess, infamous scene from the first movie. And then so the second movie comes out, which is Evil Dead 2, and so what happened between the first and the second movie is that the studio that did the first movie refused to give them money for the second movie or something along those lines. There was problems with the studio, so they couldn't even use the name.
First one, is The Evil Dead. Then it's just Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, like basically the studio that they went through the first one fucked them. They owned the rights for it, and they couldn't even make their own movie the way they wanted to, with the same name as a sequel.
The first one was distributed by New Line Cinema. They shut down like 08, but I wonder why.
Yeah, well, when you run a company like a bunch of assholes.
3 was Universal Pictures. 2 was completely different. It was
that's the problem with
Rosebud.
The problem with 2 and 3.
Rosebud releasing.
The problem with 2 and 3 was about the same thing. That's why they couldn't say Evil Dead 3, The Army of Darkness. They had to just completely get rid of the Evil Dead and call it Army of Darkness.
Yep.
So one of the most one of the best parts, a lot of people, like even I was confused for years about Evil Dead 2 because it's like Monster said just not long ago, it's a remake. Well, it kind of is and it kind of isn't. And you can go to like Bruce Campbell or Sam Raimi and they'll, I guess, in a con or something. And I've seen Bruce say this on clips. People are asking like, well, what is Evil Dead 2 compared to Evil Dead 1? He just said it's like a retelling. They don't even give you like a straight answer. It really, I think they wanted to leave that to the mind of the interpreter. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a retelling, but Evil Dead 2 had more of a humorous twist to it. Which is why Evil Dead 2 is my favorite of the Evil Dead movies. Because that's when you kind of see Bruce Campbell kind of tapping into his silly side. In the first movie, you could tell he was all about trying to make it scary. And it was scary for the most part.
Yeah.
They went with the slapstick. You got the silly humor. You could tell that there was a lot. Because Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell and the writers and whatnot were really big into the Three Stooges. You can even see that some of the jokes in the movies. That they used, and so that's why you got to see kind of the silliness. Okay? We'll start with Shattered Blade. What's your favorite part of Evil Dead 2?
Oh God, I'm actually blanking on everything from Evil Dead 2.
That's okay. It's a humorous retelling.
I need to.
Well, while you do that, we'll go to Monster. What is your favorite part of Evil Dead 2? Do you remember?
Mine would be when he's building the chainsaw with one hand.
Oh, after he loses his hand. Yeah, that's a good scene. His fucking hand flips him off.
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay. Well, Shattered Blade, did you got an idea?
I would say putting the chainsaw on would be the main one for me. I do know for sure which one would be my favorite for at least Army of Darkness.
I have a feeling you guys are going to remember Army of Darkness a lot more than the first 2 Evil Deads, which is understandable.
That's my favorite one.
So, my favorite part of Evil Dead 2 is when Ash loses his rocker. There's the whole house is doing shit. You guys are going to remember this as I say it. The whole house is doing shit. The fucking deer on the mounted deer starts laughing at him. The whole house is like moving.
Yeah.
And Ash just starts laughing for fucking no reason. And like everything is funny. Like, and this is slightly before some of the side characters come in. He's alone. Everyone else is dead in the house. And so like there's a scene where there's a lamp. It's like one of those little like Pixar lamps going up and down, up and down, up and down. And Ash starts like bending his knees, mimicking the movement as it's happening. And the lamp goes limp. Tink. And he points at it and starts laughing. You just see the psycho. Like the whole idea of that scene is just like, how would you react? Would you lose your mind up to this point? You know what I mean? Yeah. The house, the demons and the Deadites or whatnot. The entity was basically fucking with him with his girlfriend. I think her name was Linda. Forgive me if I forget.
That's when she was in the cellar, right?
No, that was Henrietta. I believe that was Henrietta in the cellar.
And the second one,
Linda, he decapitated and buried her, and out in the in the lawn outside, and so by that point, Ash is just his mind's gone, and then you meet like the daughter of Henrietta and the professor. I can't remember their names, and then like 2 hillbilly fucking people come in with him. Because they're guiding them and they're lost out in the woods. And I remember them saying something along the lines like, we couldn't find our way back. The woods just seemed like they were changing, like it was moving, and I always thought that was a really cool aspect of the whole Evil Dead lore in that area. By the way, I think it should be said that these are supposed to be Kandarian demons. I'm using air quotes, which is really cool. And the thing that, of course, brings them into play is the Necronomicon.
Didn't they like make a loose translation of Kandarian demon literally just be the evil or the evil force?
Yeah. Well, there's actually, believe it or not, like now there's actually lore that tells more of the story. Back then it was just the Force and Kandarian demons. I don't know if Sam Raimi had it all written out and planned back then. I couldn't tell you, but like the things that possessed the people in the house as opposed to the thing we saw chasing Ash through the woods, and the first person view with that like growling noise as it's following.
Yeah, the thing that turned people into deadites.
Yeah. So there's supposed to be two different entities, like the deadites themselves and that thing. I don't know exactly what, but there's supposed to be two. There's, like I said, there's a whole fucking lore out there. There's people out there that are like in the know about this, and I'm not one of them. I'm just a fan, a big fan, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because I won't stop.
You're not a religious fan.
That's my favorite part of Evil Dead 2. There's a lot of goodness, and of course, Evil Dead 2 ends with him reciting or doing something with a book. And of course, Evil Dead 1 and 2, I believe, had the Kandarian dagger too. Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
So the end of Evil Dead 2 is Ash basically being sucked into a portal with his car, the Delta, which, another fun fact, that vehicle was Sam Raimi, his actual car, which is why you see it in everything he directs, including the Spider-Man movies and stuff like that. And then, of course, we're going on to the next one, Army of Darkness, which you guys, I'm sure, remember much more. We got so many memeable moments from Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Okay, we'll start with Monster this time. Monster, what's your favorite part in Army of Darkness?
You already know when the little hymns come out of his mouth.
Oh, when he's at the windmill.
Yeah, that's my all-time favorite part because they're like little hymns and just fucking with them.
They're dancing and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
London Bridge is falling down. Yeah, I love that scene. Okay, well that's a good one. That's a really good one. So, Shatterblade,
my favorite.
Your turn, buddy.
Mine would be when he tries to impress the peasants with his boomstick.
Oh, that's
because he doesn't only just shoot it or show it off. He goes into the whole spiel about selling at a fucking S-Mart, which is not even in the same time era.
Cobalt stock. Shop smart. Shop S-Smart. You got that?
It's got a walnut stuff, cobalt blue steel, and a hair trigger.
Yeah, fucking love. That's a great scene. Oh man, I have so many. The fights
back then when a double barrel shotgun was $110.
Yes. Yeah, so you can't buy you can't even buy a handgun for that much, I think, these days.
I mean, you can still buy
bullets for that much.
So my favorite scene, there's a lot of scenes, and there's a lot of memeable moments. I'll say a few. One is, like, that was just pillow talk, baby. When she was trying to talk him to go to the Necronomicon or whatever and do that stuff, and he was like, "That's just pillow talk, baby." He's like, "Fuck that! I'm not doing that. I'm not putting myself out there no more. I'm done with this." Like all he wants to do is go home, and he fucked up and made everything worse. Which also, that's another thing I like about Ash, is that he's like the everyman hero. He just wants to he's not even like Monster said, he's probably like the anti-hero, but he's just like the everyman. He's like the potty mouth guy that doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to go through this. He's just stuck in this situation. He wants everything to be back the way it was and live his life. But my favorite scene is Goody Little Two Shoes. When he's talking, I'm bad Ash. And you're good Ash. You're Goody Little Two Shoes. Goody Little Two. And he's dancing around and doing that shit. And he puts a gun on his face and he makes that look. That, what look I'm talking about? And he's like, good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun. Fucking love that scene. And there's a lot of scenes, like, we wouldn't have Duke Nukem today if there was no Ash Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what was the last line he says at the end? "Hail to the king, baby!" After he kills the Deadite.
Yep. And I want to talk about that. I was thinking about that earlier today. When the Deadite's like coming at them at the end, you know, she's like doing this. She's doing like this thing with her hands, and she's got the two peace symbols up, and she's floating in the air, and she's coming at me. He's shooting, missing, and she's coming at him like, I'll swallow your soul. And then he shoots her. He ends up killing her. Why the fuck was she holding up her like that when she was floating? Why'd she have two hands in the air with the peace symbols out? Was that supposed to be scary? It was fucking hilarious.
Probably to mock him or something.
Maybe, but I mean, like, was it like she's gonna grab him? Like her hands were not supposed to be normal? Like
she's gonna hook him.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. But you know,
she's a hooker.
She's a hooker. Again, so Army of Darkness was fucking amazing. We also got to see that Ash isn't perfect in Army of Darkness. If we didn't know that from Evil Dead 2 and 1, we saw that, you know, Klaatu, Barata, definitely an N-word. Yeah. So, like, you can tell, I mean, honestly, going through all that shit, would you remember stuff? Would you, like, I'm sure my memory would be fucked up.
Oh, my memory is fucked up, so I can't tell you half shit.
So, I kind of get it. Like I said, that's why I say he's kind of like the everyman's hero. So that the secret ending, like the ending that they were thinking about pulling for Army of Darkness, was that Ash was going to go into a distant future and see that everything was destroyed. Kind of like he did for Ash versus Evil Dead. I'm sure they had a different idea for that at the time. The one that they didn't use. You know, they kind of tweaked the Ash versus Evil Dead one a little bit. Did you guys see Ash versus Evil Dead?
I saw like an episode or two.
You guys!
I saw them all.
I watched them all like 3 times, and I got the DVD set, and I'm still gonna watch.
I've only watched them once. I was so disappointed for the ending.
It was on Stars. Yeah, everything was good. The ending was just kind of. I mean,
the last episode was shitty.
I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't call it shitty. I'd say the way they ended it could have been.
It got me hooked, and then it let me down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got canceled. You know that, right? They had to end it.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to end it on a clip. They didn't want to end it like with like, you know how HBO ends their series. It's on a cliffhanger and you're fucked. But I think the big problem with Ash vs. Evil Dead is it was on Stars. I mean, even Bruce Campbell said it in cons that like no one fucking knew about Stars at the time. So when I first heard about it, I was excited. You know, Ash vs. Evil Dead. I was like, fuck yeah, they're bringing back my favorite hero, and he's gonna be older, and he's gonna be wiser. Oh boy, was I wrong. But
Lucy Lawless.
Lucy Lawless, yeah,
Xena.
Yep, she was in it, and you got to meet 2 new characters, Pablo and what's the gal's name? Whatever. They're both really fucking cool.
She was a badass.
The characters were just amazing. It was the writing was good. The first episode, I think, was done by Sam.
Okay.
And then he handed it off. What episode did you see, Shattered Blade?
Like the first episode,
Understandable.
I saw it, and it wasn't that I wasn't interested. It was just that I saw it and I forgot about it.
Understandable. I remember they aired it for free for people online when it first came out to kind of like get them hooked, which I was hooked. And then my parents had Stars at the time, so I'd come over every like whatever Sunday or whatever day it came out, and I'd come over here and watch it. And sadly, I didn't get to watch it all at the time, and then I kind of forgot about it myself because I just forgot. And then finally, it all came out on Netflix, and I watched it, like I said, like twice there. And
I watched it on Netflix,
and then I watched it on the DVD set. So, like, you want to talk about? I want to tell you. Okay, since you haven't really watched it, Shattered Blade, I'm gonna tell you one scene that just tells you how fucked up this is. Okay, there's one scene where they're looking for something or another, and Ash has to go to a morgue. I'm waiting for Monster to know what I'm talking about, and he has to look inside a cadaver, which is already open. Yeah, Monster's making the face. He knows.
I remember that episode.
And as he's looking through the cadaver, something brings the cadaver to life. And the cadaver sits on his face ass first, and the cadaver's balls and dick are right here on his forehead.
Oh my god!
And so he looks like a human, like he looks like he's puppeting it from the inside. He's just like wiggling around, and the guy's legs or whatever, and he pulls out, and there's like shit. And this is why I love Bruce Campbell, because he'll put himself through this. There was shit. I mean, it really wasn't shit. It was probably like pudding or something. But like the way they did it was
Chocolate or something.
so fucking nasty. Like to this day, I gag when I watch it. And I think that season had to do with a Kandarian dagger. Now I think about it, I could be wrong, but I think you're right. I think they brought the Kandarian dagger back in that. Now that I'm remembering, oh man, what do you okay? That's probably one of the big. I mean, of course, and then there's the Ashy Slashy puppet, which I want to buy one of those.
That was fun.
When Ball, which is the name of the real bad guy, I'm using air quotes. Like I guess he's supposed to be like a Kandarian god or something, or demon god or some shit like that. When he's like basically fucking with Ash's head, he makes him think that he's in a mental hospital, and so he's like using this puppet, and he's like that's what you're imagining yourself to be. You're not really Ash. You're not really Ashy Slash. You're just Ash Williams Housewares. You're just a normal dude. And so like the puppet starts talking to him. Like it's fucking hilarious. So there's a lot of great scenes. I can go if we talked about that, we'd be here most of this podcast. So I'm just gonna tell those two.
Yeah.
Mino Monster's itching to tell me his. I could see it in his face. What are you gonna say,
Yeah,
Monster?
I can see that.
The mascot in the school.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about when they went to the
jumping
school
around, killing.
That shit was cool. Yeah, that was a really good part. There's some real fucked up scenes, and like they didn't hold back on a lot. You know, I want to say the beginning of season 2 where he's finally, because for some reason Ash had this thing for Jacksonville, and in the 3rd season we I think he finds out he has a daughter.
Yes,
which is really cool.
Mm.
Yeah, and there's kind of some bonding moments. You get to see you get to meet Ash's dad.
Lee Majors,
thank you. Played Ash's father in Ash vs. Evil Dead, and he did an amazing job. Like, you could see where Ash got some of his mannerisms from that guy, and he wasn't around long in the series, but when he was there, it was good. I think he even showed up a few times. Yeah, he died. Like Ash's car, the Delta killed him. The Delta literally got possessed. So yeah, it pulled a Christine on his ass and ran him over right when like him and his dad were having a moment. Which it's so fucking that Ash vs. Evil Dead was a fucking masterpiece up until the end. I will also agree that I didn't care for the ending, but they had to end it somehow.
Yeah.
And Ash.
Well, I mean, they could have ended with him dying.
Well, he sort of did. I'm using air quotes. Sort of did.
Yeah.
He's the whole series, like the whole movies and all the movies in the series, is Ash basically not wanting to be the hero, right? Well, he finds out he has a daughter and mans up and saves the world because of her.
Yeah.
So we get to see Ash manning up, and then of course the end of it is he wakes up in a dystopian future where his car, the Delta's all like fucking badass, and you got this like hooker robot waking him up. And it's like Mad Max.
A robot arm.
Yeah, dude. There's supposed to be an Evil Dead
one coming out 26.
There's an animated series supposedly coming out with him voicing Ash.
Yes.
And we're getting into territory that I'm not really familiar with. The remake and the other movie that came out, which kind of made it canonical that there's 3 Necronomicons, which I guess it was canonical in Army of Darkness because there were 3 Necronomicons in that too. But 2 of them were supposed to be phony books or something, and he was supposed to say the word before picking it up. Monster knows more about these 2 movies than I do. What was the first one? Was it the Evil Dead?
Yeah. So the remake, the first one, the remake, it kind of It kind of was trash. The only iconic part was like when it was playing Slayer and blood was falling from the sky and she came up out of the dirt or whatever. But other than that, the rest of the movie was not memorable at
Did
all.
they go to a cabin? Did they change the format at all?
Yeah, no. It's still the same cabin. It's pretty much the same thing, just the main character is a woman.
And then the one that came out was the one after that was Evil Dead Rise, which I've been meaning to watch that one. And I'll tell you why. I told you guys earlier
one-
why off podcast why I don't want Ash. I can't watch an Evil Dead without Ash Williams because I don't want the series to go on without him. I might be being
Yeah.
like petty or kind of like it's just old age. I just can't see Evil Dead without Ash Williams.
So that one was not that bad. It went off the book and all that, but it was a little more detailed. So what, like, it would go through, there would be rituals in the book, and without explaining it, like what happens, it starts happening to them, and then it's supposed to like revive some ancient or whatever.
It's supposed to be like these
And
girls' moms,
so-
right? Like that gets possessed.
No, it's more than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's decent. It's better than that remake.
I know.
For sure. The Evil Dead Rise is actually it's more of a has a more serious tone and less of a comical tone.
Yeah, I know that they made it as a straight horror film, and there were some scenes in that I saw
Yeah.
that I was like, God damn, that's horrifying. Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
sucks.
that one is worth the watch. The other one, not so much. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think we've talked about just about everything we can think of, unless I'm missing something, guys, on Evil Dead. I think
The game.
Well, the games. There's a lot of games. There's a lot of games. There's at least 5 games that I can think of. Well, there's Hell of the King, and then there's like the 2 prequels
11,
to that.
Jesus.
You said 7?
11.
11 games?
Yeah, so there's the Evil Dead game for the Commodore 64 and 84.
Of
Hail
course.
to the King for the PlayStation.
I got that
Fistful Boomstick for PS2.
one.
Then there's a pinball game for mobile. Evil Dead Generation for PS2. Army of Darkness Defense for mobile. Looks like Evil Dead the game and Endless Nightmare were mobile. There's a Oculus game, Virtual Nightmare. Evil
Oh,
Dead
that
Virtual
sounds.
Nightmare.
I wouldn't mind playing that.
Would be.
Evil Dead the game for PS4, 5, and
Mhm.
PC. And then Retro Realms Ash vs. Evil Dead for modern systems.
Yeah, so we have the PS4, PS5 one.
Yeah, which we didn't really get to play that much. I played a little bit
No.
of it, but it wasn't really impressive. It had Dead by
I
Daylight
liked
vibes.
the stuff in it. Yeah, we were already pooped out of Dead by Daylight
Yeah.
by that time.
So like it
Even
had
though I still go and play it, we're pretty pooped out of it.
yeah. It was
So
it was a decent game, but I didn't
Too
give it.
much of
Yeah,
and then it became and then it was like he's
fuck, this
after me
isn't scary
again.
anymore.
Yeah. Or you get Grizz, he's scared every time.
I don't know if the virtual the R1 would still work, but it's still on their site for $5 on the Meta site for $5. So
That's kind of cool. It's cool that they did a virtual VR version of the game. So
Yeah.
okay, well, there's the games, guys. I wasn't really even going to talk about those, but I'm glad we did mention them. Kind of an honorable mention kind of thing. I did play the first the one for the PS1. I had that one, the Hell of the King, and it was fun. I think I bought it more that Bruce Campbell was playing the character again. And I was excited, and I probably got about halfway through the game, and I was just like, because the anyone who played it will tell you the controls are trash, because they were.
I was too young at the time to play games like that.
Yeah, that's okay. It was
I played Crash Bandicoot.
you play, yeah, it makes sense. So I think we've gone through all of the Evil Dead stuff we can think of for now. I
Yeah.
feel like we've given it. I think this podcast has given the Evil Dead franchise the credit it deserves. There's only one thing left to say, and that's Klaatu, Barata, Nikto. Definitely an N-word.
So, if you guys want to get a hold of us, give us podcast ideas, or just talk to us in any general time, you can call us at 559-997 559-997-6803. I'll repeat it for you guys. 559-997-6803.
Yep, give us a call if you want to give us an idea or want us to eat something, drink something, as we say, do a review on something, or just have an idea. Say something there, and we'll even credit you.
Anything you want us to stream, maybe stream a little more of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, we thank you guys for watching. We thank you for listening. We'll see you next week when we do another podcast. Till then, we want you to stay nerdy.
Stay sexy.
Always.